Hello everyone, Scott here again. Welcome back to the Guilty Pleasure Cinema, celebrating the movies you're embarrassed to love and showcasing those you might have missed. And welcome back to Hyperbole. Call it Hyperbole because that makes it mine. I know the words hyperbole. Got out of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 3D, yes, last night. It's the next day. Tiredness took over and I fell asleep. This movie, I'm a Turtles fan at heart. I'm a kid of the 80s and 90s, so of course I like the cartoon. I like the comic, be it Mirage, Image, the new stuff now from IDW. Like I love the idea and the concept and the franchise. It's always fun. I've got the RPG from Palladium. I had figures from Playmates. I really liked the property, and it's not just a pure nostalgia trip. I liked it. It's cool. It appeals. And Leonardo's my favorite, so you know. It's like the swords, I guess, and the leader and whatever. But the original movies, the original one I thought was a lot slower than it should have been. But I'm going to be reviewing it for GPC, so I'll leave it at that. The second one I remember liking a lot more. It was a lot more fun, even though I know that they scaled it back to be more kid-friendly with the way they did the tone. Like, not as many weapon usages and stuff like that, more comedy. So I know there was that balance, but I was like 12 at the time, so it worked. Third one, never actually seen. It looked so bad. And by virtue of all that, they're probably all three going to hit the GPC at some point. And I know the third one is bad, so we'll see what happens there. The TMNT movie from 2007, the animated one, I really liked and has been on the pending list for GPC as well. That one was good. That one was a lot of fun. But it just kind of failed, sadly, because it was just a cartoon. So this movie now is really the first since Turtles 3, and it's the full-on nostalgia trip, and it's the full-on let's appeal. And there was something interesting that I was wondering about, because the PG-13 rating is the first Turtles has had for that. It's always been PG before, or even G. And this one's PG-13. So it's appealing to the older audience, yes, the nostalgia guys like myself. But it's not really able to appeal for a younger audience, who is the fan base right now thanks to the cartoons with Nickelodeon and such. So it's a weird dynamic to see what they're doing, but I mean, at the same time, Transformers is doing the exact same thing, and it worked. And Michael Bay is the producer on this. He didn't direct it. Jonathan Liebsman did. He did Battle Los Angeles, and he did Wrath of the Titans, and a bunch of other things, but those offhand. And it's really good! I went in thinking this was going to be so hopefully good, but probably stupid. But in Bay we trust. He's not the be-all end-all destroyer of our childhood. This was very much like an old cartoon. Like, take the nostalgia glasses off, guys. This is what it was like. The effects, I mean, some people just couldn't get over the look of the turtles. I had no problem with it. Yeah, they look kind of ugly, but they're mutant turtles. Get over it. The characters were fun. They had... It's the best stupid movie I've seen in a long time. How about that? And that's because it wasn't stupid because of faults or failures. It knew it. It was dumb. Like, there was convenient plot stuff all over the place and throwing things around, and it knew exactly what it was doing, but it worked because it went with it. And it balanced out well the seriousness and the humor of a property called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Megan Fox was fine. I have no great hate on for her. And I realized I'd never seen her really lead a movie like this. And she does. And she's good. She's fun and is believable. And everybody really does a good job. I mean, really, your cast is her, Vern, who's fun and kind of awkward, but doesn't dominate things, so he's good. And you've got Whoopi Goldberg as like their boss at Channel 6, which is, she's barely in it, sadly. Or benefitly. Like, it's kind of like, why is she here? Kind of odd. And the other real main cast is William Fichtner, who's awesome, and Shredder, who you really barely even get to see his face. You get to see his armor. And I know people have issues with that too, but it works. I mean, if you're going to go this context, it works. And the turtles themselves are fun. Splinter too. They're all fun. And the overall story always was that the Turtles were just accidentally hit with this mutagen and mutated. That's it. There's been 2 variations of Splinter, in that one he's a man who turned into a rat, and the other is he's a rat who mutated up into what he is. So you can't always say like they've not done it. Those are the 2 alternate versions of it. The one where it's a rat who learned from his master, that's how he knows the martial arts, and that's why he teaches the Turtles. The other one, where he's a man who became a rat, it makes sense. It's the dude who knew martial arts, and then he trains the Turtles. So either of those do work. This one's a little odd. It's awfully convenient, everything, but by design, it's kind of like this was all meant to be stuff. They do go with that for conveniences. How the Turtles are actually lab subjects who were injected with stuff. So was Splinter, and it was Project Renaissance, hence the names. And April was a kid because her dad was working on it with Fichtner, and obvious conveniences, right? It's all linking together. But it actually plays out well. It does play out good. It's fast-paced, and it has some insane action. The snow mountain scene with the truck was goddamn incredible. Like, my god, like there's long shots in this movie where they're showing everything off. It's really good. It's a hard recommend, which has become the norm of late. It's very much in that Transformers boat. If you're interested in seeing it, go see it. If you are the type that is hard to let something go or be different, and you love the Turtles cartoon, I'd recommend it, but you might have issues with it. Like I said, there's fundamental stuff changed, which is nothing new for any property. And there's aspects of it that you might not like. Again, I love the stuff, but I know that they change things. There's 2 different origins of Splinter, like I said. The original Turtles is a black and white comic where Leonardo cut Shredder's head off in the opening stories. They changed that to the cartoon you all know and love. So the fact that they've changed it again here, oh, they changed my Turtles. Well, yeah, your Turtles was someone else's Turtles that got changed, and so on and so forth. So, get over it. This is a lot of fun. It's so much more fun than it had any right to be. We were laughing so hard in this. There's a moment when they're like at death's door, and there's a machine that is causing it that happens to have something to bring them back, and we're like, oh god, it's so stupid. Like, they have to go through this. Their orders are to kill them, and yet to bring them back, the heroes are able to use the same thing to bring them back. And you're like, why is that being done? That's such a stupid plan. And then the scene immediately following when they're free, they're like hyped up, and it's so funny, like worth it. That's what this movie is. Like, every dumb moment is followed by something awesome and funny. Worth it. It's great. So yeah, it's an easy recommendation by me for people who like this kind of movie. I'm gonna do it on the GPC, obviously. It belongs on the GPC along with the others. So yeah, definitely an easy recommendation. Do check it out. It's fun. It's fun. Like, it's an easy recommendation, but you might not like it. It's a hard one in that sense, but I recommend it. I enjoyed the hell out of it. And I didn't go in thinking it was going to suck. I went in knowing about all the reviews saying it was bad. It's not. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I look forward to getting the DVD, Blu-ray someday and watching it again. There you go. So, that's it. Expendables 3 is this week, and that's pretty much it for the summer. I do want to see Let's Be Cops as well. That looks really fun. But those 2 movies are pretty much it, and then we're looking at maybe September or October for the next ones? I don't really know. So, there might not be many more Hyperboles after this, unless I spin it over to include things like the DVD releases like The Raid 2 or that, because I used to do those for the GPT, but Guilty Pleasures Test kind of fell by the wayside. So I'll probably do that for it as well. I'll continue these for any new ones like that, like Protector 2 I need to get as well. So we'll see how that goes, but stay tuned. Expendables review is coming up this week, and there's a lot more to come. Thanks.